The book that I read is Bossypants by Tina Fey. And Tina Fey is very known, so I'm sure that a lot of us have seen maybe a movie she's in or just anything because she's very known, like I said. But Tina Fey is a comedian, writer, she's a producer, and an actress. Um, she worked on SNL, Saturday Night Live, for 9 years, and she did her own like individual like television show, I believe. It was called 30 Rock. She has also done a lot of movies like Date Night and Mean Girls, which she produced and wrote. And they're very famous like teenager movies that I have seen and I've enjoyed, and probably you have seen also. But this is a memoir book that she wrote in 2011, I believe. And a memoir book is a book that they write on themselves and experiences they have had. And this book talks a lot, like I said, about her life, her college life, her married life, how she grew up in Philadelphia, or actually Pennsylvania. She also talks about how she had her first child, her honeymoon. She also talks about, she has a scar on her face. I'm not sure if you could tell, it's like right here. But she talks about how her scar impacted her. She talks about a lot of things. But a little bit more on Tina Fey. She is a change of life baby, as she calls herself. Her parents had her around 40 or a little bit over 40. And she has an older brother that is 8 years older than her. So the gap between them two was really big. So she mentions in the first chapter how she was known as a change of life baby because it's been so many years. And she mentions how her first day of kindergarten they had brought like everything ready for a nap time, but then her teacher was like, oh, there's no nap time. So there's just little things like that, like life experiences that she shares. And she talks a lot about her acting career. That's like the main thing of the book. She talks about like little things that got her to where she is now. Like she did summer camps for little shows in Chicago, I believe, with like little children, and she would like direct like this whole like little theater and stuff like that. And she talks about how she worked on SNL and those people impacted her so much. And she talks about how she grew up during college, like how much it changed her living by herself and experiencing new things, and living in Virginia because she went to the University of Virginia. And she also talks about how, since she is an actress, she's always like working on movies and TV shows or SNL and doing skits here and there, and traveling because it's a very busy life. She never really thought she could raise her own family. So she got married at an older age. I believe she's around like 45 or 44. And she got married not so long ago and had her first child. So she says how she has kind of always been like not there for her child, which she only had one child in the book so far, but now she has two. But how she wanted to be there, and they didn't want to get a nanny, but they had to because they were always, well, she's married to somebody from 30 Rock. I'm not sure what his name is, but she met him there at the 30 Rock show that she wrote on SNL. And she talked about how she always wanted to be there for her little baby, but unfortunately they had to get a nanny because, the whole life of traveling and everything. So the main, like, idea of the point of the book is to always follow your dreams, even though, you know, there might be some obstacles there, but that if you like what you do, you should go for it and always continue to do it. So that's how she is very inspiring in this book, because she talks about, you know, her acting career and how she never thought she was going to be there, but it has impacted her life so much, and that's what she loves to do. So that's why, even though she doesn't work at SNL anymore, she still is there. And she doesn't get paid for it, but she still is there because she likes it. So I would recommend this book. I read this book just because I wanted to. I like Tina Fey. I think she's really funny. I like her movies that she's been in, and I would recommend it to someone who is familiar with the movies and familiar with her her comedy. And that's pretty much it. I think it's a very good book to read. It's very interesting to know about, you know, things that impacted her, like her scar that she got when she was younger, even though she doesn't really like to talk about it. But it's not, I like how she talks to you as like a friendship, personal level. She talks to you like if you were there, like you were next to her, and she's like telling you like these stories, and like it's very fascinating to know. So I would really recommend the book to you. And it's called Bossypants by Tina Fey. And